There's a couple more concerning things that Britney posts this week that I think relate back to August, and I'm going to tell you why. By now, you've all seen this blank white post that Britney made yesterday, and a lot of people have a lot of thoughts on what it means, but I'm pretty sure that this is leading us right back to August of 2022, where Britney gave us the 22-minute recording where she was telling all about her father and the conservatorship and the abuse she experienced and everything. Let's get into it. Remember the 22-minute audio clip that Britney released in August of this year, right? The one where she talks about the abuses of her conservatorship and slams her father and her mother and her sister, etc. What you might not remember is that when she first posted it, it was just a white screen with audio. It looked like this.
I know now it was all premeditated. A woman introduced the idea to my dad, and my mom actually helped him follow through and made it all happen. It was all basically set up. There was no drugs in my system, no alcohol, nothing. It was pure abuse.
And here it is on Twitter.
With my dad, the conclusion, the hardest thing is to just know that they were just being mean. And I really felt like my dad was trying to kill me. And I hope he burns in fucking hell.
So I re-listened to this entire thing, and I have some opinion. First of all, from giving it a closer listen, it's pretty clear to me that this was an interview where the person who was asking the questions was cut out. The reason I think that is because there's multiple places in there where she starts a phrase like, well, I da-da-da-da-da, and I'll show you.
It's crucial for my heart and my head to be able to speak openly about it as if anyone else would. Well, the actual conservatorship actually started, I think, 15 to 16 years ago.
That's not the only instance of her starting a sentence abruptly after the last one, and it sounds like it's a response to a question, but that's probably the best example. Everybody should go back and listen to that audio again. And actually, I think I'm going to post it in its full to my YouTube channel. So check there later if you want to hear it again, or just search for it. Other people have it. But I think this is extremely possible that this was actually a recorded interview that was with her ghostwriter for this book that we never got. And as you know, I think she knew well enough by now that this book was not going to see the light of day. And this was a Hail Mary to get her truth out there. And I want to direct your attention to this quote that came from the interview. This is from a transcript. He had to let me go because the Free Britney campaign came out with all the pink t-shirts. I saw it on a lot of the morning shows and people by word of mouth. Well, earlier this week, Britney had posted this meme saying pink isn't just a color, it's an attitude too. And then it was very promptly deleted. So I'm wondering now if this pink meme was a reference to the pink Free Britney shirts and if it's a message. I have not been thinking it was her posting, but I am considering again, maybe she has a hand in it. I mean, we should listen if she does, right? She also brings up about the time in 2019 when she was admitted against her will to an institution that she was forced to miss her AA meetings, which she actually really enjoyed. Well, guess what else she posted this last week? She posted herself in the 4 Seasons at Westlake dancing and said, reposting to remind myself to stay AA active. active. In the video I made earlier today, I talked about this post already, but I just want to point your attention to the fact that she talks about how she's reflecting back on the time that she got 4 million likes for her nude photos from Polynesia. Well, guess what else she said in that 22-minute recording? The scene changed every time I changed in the shower. No privacy, no door, nothing. How did they get away with it? Y'all, she's talking about people watching her change and shower against her will. And then this week, she's throwing back to nude photos that I personally don't even think that she shared herself on Instagram. She said, because I couldn't go where I wanted to go, I couldn't have the nannies that I wanted to have. Well, what else did she post this week? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You know, Mary Poppins. Who's Mary Poppins? A nanny in a Disney movie. This might be the most disturbing part of all. She talks about how on her Vegas show, she was in rehearsals and she said no to a dance move and they institutionalized her against her will just for saying no to a dance move. Well, what else did she post this week? A throwback video to rehearsals at the VMAs and her shirt says control freak on it. Like maybe Jamie? Maybe Jamie's a control freak? Well, we know he is, according to Britney's own words. And I'll admit this one's a stretch, but she says that her fans knew in their heart something was wrong with her last time, and by word of mouth, saved her. And this week she posted 2 different mouths. There's this one, and then this one. So there you have it. There seems to be a lot of connections between this blank white screen here and the 22-minute audio from August that also came with a blank white screen back then. And everybody knows the Free Britney movement is associated with this pink thing, and it's also there, so you can't tell me this isn't related at this point. We should all be looking back at that audio and dissecting it and putting it against today's word because they don't line up. What we're hearing today doesn't line up with this Britney that we heard, and we know that was her. That was her. She wanted to be heard. I'm sure I could have found 100 more connections, but honestly, I'm out of time.